We're just here to demonstrate the self-propelled mobile shower commode. I thought this is the first of a number of videos we'll do to demonstrate a number of our products, just to show you what happens when you receive them and what to expect. So it comes in a box like this. If you've got the self-propelled version, if you ordered the non-self-propelled, then it's a box like this. The self-propelled version comes in a bigger box. We will assemble the self-propelled version, so just take the straps off. You're welcome to ask any questions as we go along, if you have any. So open the box. I've done this once before, so it comes with the pan. This is the version that's already assembled. So you've got, take out, that's the seat, or the backrest. The two wheels. Is the main frame section, and a few bars in it, which I'll show where they go in a minute. And the seat, and the rests, and the lid for the pan is there. And the armrests. So firstly we'll take this out of the bag. What you need to be careful with when you first take the frame out is it's, as you can see, it swivels one way or the other. So you need to get it swiveling the right way. And if you take this bar here, the plastic, it's got a couple of press buttons on each side. So when that bar goes in the front section, which you can see above the wheels, which is they slot in there. But as you can see, there's a couple of holes on each side, so that tells you which way the frame goes. So that the holes should be on the outside, so that these press buttons go through the holes. So what you do is just push that in, and that clicks into place. It's also got some push buttons below, because you can adjust the width of this as well. So, and you can also adjust the height, the seat height as well. So it's quite unique in that it's very adjustable, both width and depth of seat. So I've done that first piece. So next, probably best to put on the wheels. Take it in the way, and they just slot in at the back. There's a hole, so the most obvious place for the wheels. Just push that in, and then there's a screw at the back which just screws up, and then once you push the wheels through, there's a pin on the inside which holds the wheel in place. You've got to push it right through to get the pin in. So that's the back wheel. This is the other wheel. Just need to release the brakes to let the wheel go on more easily. That's probably what I did wrong before. You can see that I haven't released the brake and it's pushing the wheel and the frame off to the side of it. So just make note to release the wheel and just tighten up the screw at the back. This is the black screw behind the wheel, and that screw goes into a groove to stop the wheel coming back out. And then you feed the pin through on the inside to hold the wheel from coming out as well. So then we've done that. And the next best thing to do is to put the seat on. Or the backrest here for it. Might put the backrest on first in case. I'm not sure if that is which way you do it. This is quite a new product. It's only arrived within the last week or so. I'm not aware of any other similar type of product that will do as much as this will do on the market at the moment. So that just fits in, slots in there. Just got to do it evenly on both sides. And then there's some screws that hold the backrest on, which are in here. And they just go through the holes at the bottom there to fix it in place. I won't put them on until it's time. And then we've got the seat. So the seat similarly has width adjustments for the front and the back, so you can widen the frame, reset it to the smallest. Obviously you have to set them to the same as what the bars are at the front. So, and then we'll put this in place. Feeding them through into there, and then there's two height adjustments on the seat. So you push them down so the holes line up, and you can have two height settings for the height of the sort of seat part. And then all you need to do is the foot plates go feed in like we've got. Oh, I've made a mistake. So this bar actually doesn't go there. It goes at the back. So that goes in there, and then the foot plates go in those top holes. So you can adjust the height of the foot plate on the side there. We'll go to the one that's been put together. So that's mostly assembled now. You just got to put the screws through the right holes at the right height setting that you want. So this one's one we put together before. We've got the armrests fitted, and they've got the armrest flip up like that on each side, and you can't adjust the armrests on it, but you can adjust that with the other Commode, which we can run through in a second if you want to see that as well. So what else? To swivel we just take the rests off. Yeah, obviously, as I said, to adjust the seat height when you do it, you just raise and lower that, and then to widen it, then you just go press on each of these to widen it back out. Are there questions? Or?
No, I think dimensions would be useful for the seat width.
So we've got the seat width. This is the lowest setting, I think. Yep. So this is the narrowest setting. So we've got 46 centimeters, or about 18 inches between the armrests. If we grab the other one that's already, it's not quite assembled yet, then we can tell you what so if we're having it on the lower seat height, then it's about 50 centimeters from the floor to the seat. And then if it's on the higher setting, then we're looking at obviously about 54. So there is there's about a 4 centimeter difference between the lower seat height and the higher seat height. Now, if we go for the width, so if we've got the width of this seat, the seat width of this is 47, did I say, or 46? Yeah, it's about 46 and a little bit actually, or 18. So if we extended all these buttons out to get extra width, then we're looking at another 7.5 centimeters on that width. So we've got 46, 7. So we're looking at about 53.5 or 21 inches wider for the wider version than the standard size, but you can widen that by expanding these buttons out. There's also some brakes on the wheels. Is there any questions that people want to know more about it? Obviously the fan goes under the seat, you just take that in and out. If you need to know the height over toilets, the other Commode probably is a little bit higher. From the floor to the bar where the pan sits is about 41 centimeters, 40 if it was comfortable. Do you have other colours? No, sorry, we don't. There's just blue at the moment. This is a very new colour, a new product, so we're just sticking with this one colour for the moment. Overall width at the widest point, which I just worked out. Oh, the overall width.
Wheels.
So we've got to the edge of the wheel there which is 71 centimeters. And then you've got to add 7.5 centimeters, so it's going to be about 78.5. Hang on. Sorry. You're 78. You want it in inches? So it's about 28 inches, narrowest, and then about 30 3/4 on the widest, because that's the difference. that's the difference in the width here. So it's 7.5 there. So we're just adding 7.5 to the width.
Can you use it outside?
Can you use it outside? Well, obviously the wheels are big on the back. It's just like a standard wheelchair, so I can't see why you couldn't use it outside. The wheels at the front are relatively robust and large, so they're not small wheels. But it's obviously probably designed more as an indoor thing for using for toileting and showering, but I assume you could push it around. So overall widest point, yeah, I think we've answered.
Answered those. Maybe the height from the floor to the handle height.
Oh, the handle height. Okay. Well, saying 3 feet or about 92 centimeters to the handle. I'll see if there's any more questions, but otherwise that's the self-propelled version. Did you want to see the other? Probably you're familiar with the other Commode, which is a little bit more compact. It comes in a box this size. It sort of slots together pretty much the same, except because of the bigger back wheels, then it's a little bit more bulky. Whereas this chair, same sort of armrests, with the smaller wheels, and it doesn't have the flip-up footrests, so it operates pretty much the same with the pan coming out the back. It's actually probably a little bit higher than the self-propelled version, so we were talking 40, about 41 or 40 centimeters from the ground, whereas this one is quite a bit higher. It's about 46.5-ish centimeters from the ground. So you might have to get it over a toilet, then this one might be more suitable. But I suppose you have got your pan, so it's not necessarily, you can use the pan instead of the toilet, but if you're trying to get it over the toilet, then this one might be better for doing that. But of the obvious benefits, I suppose, of the self-propelled version is people can use it on their own rather than having to rely on somebody to push the person around, so you've got a little bit more independence, and yeah, it's just, I suppose, nicer for people to be able to do things on their own, but also have the privacy when you're toileting or showering. So the height adjustment on the normal Commode is here as well. So there's 2 height adjustments. We don't have the width adjustment on this one. So if we're looking at, probably got all the measurements for this chair. Actually, this one's round backwards, but so the lowest seat height is from the floor is about 57 from the floor to the seat, and then if we're dropping it. There's about 3 centimeters difference between the lower seat height. This is actually set at the higher one at the moment, so if you were to drop it down, it'll be another 3 centimeters lower than where it is at the moment. This one's probably, if you're traveling and things like that, it's probably a little bit more easier to cart around than, say, the bigger self-propelled version. It's just a bit lighter and things, but if you do need the self-propelled, then I suppose that you can still do it, but it's not quite as mobile as, say, this version of the chair. So, any questions about this one. I think the measurements are all on the site, but, so that's 46 centimetres between the armrests, whereas this one was, it's the same. So they're both 46 between the armrests, but I suppose the self-propelled version you can make it wider by 7.5 centimetres. So if you've got any further questions, please leave them at the bottom of the video, and we will respond. Hopefully we'll do these every week. We'll choose another product next week, so we can run through it and you can see how it all works. Hopefully that helps. Thank you.